everyone, it's Marie King, and we're back with the rough draft of the Emblem Knights, and we're on chapter 28, which is Road to Doom. So, without further ado, let's jump in, and, I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure this is the most ridiculous chapter I wrote for this story when I wrote the rough draft, so it's gonna be fun. Let's find out. Let's read on. Yuri was beginning to fall into a pit of despair. Everywhere she looked, people were changing and acting differently. It didn't help that the senior advisor was coming to hurt them. Ray was becoming disoriented, and his complete opposite. Roy was flirting with her and refused to argue with her. Alex avoided her for the most part, though he kept Joey busy, who ignored her now. Yuki was always with the girls and giggling like nothing else. Daisuke was always so busy trying to keep up with the other men that he didn't have time. John was always making more herbs and yelled at Yuri for distracting him. So these days, Yuri was always with Alec and Mike. At least those two always spoke to her. Today, though, she was by herself, and sulking over the fact that no one was going to spend time with her, whom of which she would have loved to hang out with. The kids giggled nearby as Alex played with them. Joey was showing Trisha how to fly a kite. While Adam tried to grab a string out of Alex's hand, Yui's kids, Olivia, Kayla, and Junior, were there as well. Then, of course, Maddie and Michelle were there with their babies, laughing at the children's antics. Across the way, Yuki and Yui laughed with Alice as if Yui was Yuri, and they didn't even need Alex in the picture. Yuri glared at them with a newfound hate burning within her that Yuri didn't even know she had. She's supposed to be had, Holly. Jesus. Learn how to write. Teenage me. Then, of course, the rest of the crew. Ray, Roy, Daisuke, John, Roger, Jack, Mike, Argyle, Silver, and Gold worked hastily on a wagon. It was meant for all the children. Yuri shook her head disapprovingly. She knew this wouldn't end good. Yuri had tried to help the guys, but she ended up in the way. She tried to talk with the girls, but she couldn't stand all the giggling and whispering, and then a blush or two. Then, of course, she tried to play with the kids, but with Alex still nervous around her, she ended up in the way there, too. So, here she was all by herself, trying to think of a way she could do something fun. She sighed. What else is there to do but sit here? Yuri gasped as she saw a ghost. It was the adult Murphy. The senior advisor will be here soon. You must prepare, he said. But he's coming tomorrow, Yuri said, confused. She didn't like the urgentness in his voice, or the fact that he was even there. Listen to me. He'll be here any second, Murphy said. They won't listen to me, Yuri argued. She knew it was just an excuse, but true at the same time. A scream turned Yuri back to the group. Her eyes grew wide as she spotted Adam laying dead on the ground, an arrow in his chest. Jesus, I killed him. Killed him in both books, huh? Murphy's ghost was gone. Michelle covered her baby in her arms. Maddie did the same thing as Alex herded the women and children inside. Joey grabbed his flute and disappeared. Too many words at once, apparently. My mouth can handle all them words. Yuri just watched this numbly. Out of the corner of her eyes, she saw a man standing near her with a crossbow. It flew off the weapon and dashed past Yuri's side, leaving a gash. Her brain shut down. She couldn't comprehend what was happening. All she knew was that this man, shaking and trying to get another arrow onto the weapon, could kill her now and end this whole war for her. Yuri! Alex's cry didn't even move her. She just stared at the man, waiting for him to finish. She almost did it for him, to get it over with quickly. More men were coming to kill her, but she killed them first. She wanted this kid to kill her, if anyone, and no one else had a right to do so. The kid's fingers shook and made it difficult for him to load the arrow on it successfully. His work would end up unfinished, for Alex killed him before he even had a chance to do more. Yuri! Alex shook the girl. Why did you do that? Yuri shouted, furious. She still wanted the kid to kill her. I was waiting for him to... She stopped herself, realizing what she had been thinking not too long ago. Was she an idiot? You were waiting for him to do what? Alice asked. The men who had come to kill them were all captured or dead by then. Adam was being looked at, but there was nothing that could be done. I don't know anymore, Yuri said, wiping her sword off shakily. She put it back in its sheath and nearly fell over in shock. Alex, who had just put his dagger away, caught her before she fell any further. Yuri awoke when it was dark outside. Is the senior advisor here? She shouted, sitting up quickly. She winced with the pain of her wound. Alex forced her back down. He sat beside the bed, looking grim. He's gone. We chased him off earlier today. What happened to you out there? He asked. His face was dark, and the only thing lighting the room was the moon. Everyone else had gone to bed a long time ago. I don't know, Yuri said truthfully. All I remember thinking was that this kid could get me out of here. He could save me from this world. She didn't look at Alex. She moved to sit up again, and Alex helped her. Not before he hugged her tightly. I was terrified when I saw you standing there, he told her. I didn't know what to do. It all happened so fast. I just started killing people so I could get to you. Alex? Yuri was put up against the pillows. Are you alright? Alex shook his head, glad for the darkness. I don't know what to do about you, he said slowly, choosing his words. You're different from most girls, and half the time I don't understand how I feel about you. Yuri sighed. She put her hand on his shoulder lightly. Look, I won't do anything if you don't want me to. I'll even treat you like I treat all my friends, she said, swallowing. She didn't want those words to be leaving her mouth, but she didn't want to cry about it either. Alex patted her knee. You need to get some sleep. We're moving out in the morning. He stood up and left, closing the door behind him. Yuri laid down heavily on the bed, gasping in vain. She'd forgotten about her wound. She hated her life more and more. I don't think Yuri is that dramatic in the final draft. Oh, I guess I should read Adam. You were 6 when you died, bringing light into our lives for only a short time. May the darkness of this world leave you. We'll miss you greatly. I don't do that in the final draft either. Chapter 9! Or 29. Chapter 9. We're all the way back on chapter 9, guys. You know, we went back. I figured we should reread the whole thing just so we know how sad this book really is. But yeah, anyway, that's chapter 28. Oops. What am I doing? Oh god. Okay. Anyway, that was chapter 28. Next time we're on chapter 29. I think there's only like 3-4 more chapters left, so we're almost done with the Emblem Knights Rough Draft. Those are my 2 published books that I have, Not a Dream and the Emblem Knights Rough Draft. So the next one we're going to be moving on to are ones that I have finished, have not edited. I will not be reading the rough draft of the sequel to Not a Dream until I finish it, which I was hoping would be the end of this year, but the pace that I'm going and how much content I've been adding to it, I haven't even gotten to the actual editing process. It might take a while. It might take a whole nother year, but I'll get it done as soon as I can. I'm working hard at it, page by page. But yeah, anyway, so that's neither here nor there. The next one we're going to read actually is a really bad rough draft that I will never, ever, ever make into a final draft. It was something that I wrote for one of my friends because she was moving away, and then it didn't end up happening, and then I made a whole series about it. I think I only have 3 of them written. I was going to write 6 of them, so I think I'll alternate between that and other books that I'm going to be doing. I also have a Wattpad, so as I said, in the description below will be my Wattpad if you're interested in any of my other writing, because I do have other writings that are actually on the Wattpad, as also with Not a Dream and Emblem Knights. If you are not interested in buying the book, if you're interested in buying the book, it is also on Amazon, which will also be in the description below. But yeah, if you like this, leave a like. If you know someone who will like this, please share it. If you know someone that wants free advertisement for their books, I will read it in the same fashion that I read it here, but only 1 chapter. I'll read the first chapter of their book. I'm more than happy to do that. Yeah, just let me know in the comments below, or share it with the friend that you think would be interested. For the free advertisement, it's free. I won't charge for it. Just want their first chapter of their book they want advertised, and they don't have to do their rough draft. Final draft is fine. But yeah, and if you want more of this content, I upload chapters of my book every Monday. But yeah, anyway, hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye. You are driving me insane. You do not need to be up here. What do you possibly want, sir? I keep telling you no. Can't you listen? You're trying to read, and you make it hard.